Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Abi-Dalzim's Horrid Wilting.
This is a big old plant killer. That's what's supposed to be. This is an 8th level cast out of action, 150-foot range with a 30-foot cube. You draw the well, it also requires a bit of sponge. That's the material components. Just have that on you.
All right.
You draw the moisture from every creature in a 30-foot cube centered on a point you choose within range. Each creature makes a con save. Constructs and undead are unaffected, and plants and water elementals make the saving throw with disadvantage. Nifty. Creature takes 12d8 necrotic damage on a failed save and half as much on success. Non-magical plants in the area that aren't creatures, such as trees and shrubs, wither and die. So it's Fireball, but an 8th level and good against plants.
Fireball's pretty good against plants.
That's also true. Fireball is very good against plants, as it turns out. I don't know. This spell seems entirely unremarkable to me.
All right. I gave it some thought, and there's one niche case where this excels over Fireball.
Okay.
You're fighting a druid.
Sure, it kills all the matter around them, demoralizes them, makes whatever treants they've got around them a little bit sadder.
Whatever they did to piss you off, you're hitting them hard where it hurts.
The more we have these videos, the more I see you just really like evil spells. It's just spells that are giving the middle finger to somebody, or raising the dead, or doing whatever undead things that you're like, I mean, if I might as well be a necromancer with Finger of Death. It can't hurt, right?
Look, I'm just saying, in the context of the spell.
Sure.
I'm trying to think who wants this, and somebody who has a bone to pick with some druid.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like basically the only person. Because this is, if you consider this 4 upcasts for a Fireball. Fireball does 8d6, 9d6 for 4, 10d6 for 5, 11d6 for 6, 12d6, 13d6 for an 8th level spell, right? Okay. And we punch that in the calculator, we get 45.5 damage. And we punch in 12d8, we get 54 damage. So this is better damage by 9.
Not as good.
That's something.
Not as good area though, right?
30-foot cube versus 20-foot radius sphere. The sphere is slightly larger, but like
a sphere is easier to get more things in. Like a cube, I mean, like,
I think on battle maps, cubes are a lot easier actually, just because it's like these squares.
Yeah, that's
done.
True.
It's just 6/6, easy peasy.
Yeah.
But the area is slightly worse. The damage is slightly better. It costs you. It's only ever castable as an 8th level spell. Is the huge downside, right? Is that you just spend your 8th level spell slot on basically what Fireball can do for 9 extra damage. Because like you said, if there are plants, Fireball is going to do pretty decent stuff to them too.
The druid's not going to like that.
Yeah, the druid's going to be, I would say, equally upset, unless they're like a specifically wildfire druid, and then they'll be like, you didn't even just have the decency to kill my thing's fire. How dare you?
Of course, the fire could spread.
That's true. Well, actually, I don't know if it is. I don't know if rules is written it'll spread. It does say nice things that aren't being worn or carried, so hypothetically it should spread. Hypothetically.
Yeah. Or all right. This is the worst. You cast Horrid Wilting first to suck all the moisture out of the area.
Then it's a forest. Yeah. And then Smokey the Bear breaks out of the woods with a fire axe and goes to town on you for your horrific crimes against nature. I do think we are in the market, like I'm personally in the market for a Smokey the Bear villain. I think he's been in my life so much just in commercials and on billboards and stuff that only you can prevent forest fires. I can just see taking that to its natural extreme to be like Smokey the Bear, the eco-terrorist, where it's going around destroying civilization with just a giant fire axe and being a bear. And I think that's a fun time. I like that character concept as a villain.
Yeah.
Or a hero. Maybe you can be Smokey the Bear.
No, I'm thinking like I've got some leverage against him.
Yeah, exactly.
Bear. You better not come after me because only I can prevent forest fires.
No, in this case,
your own words.
Only you can prevent forest fires, right? Smokey the Bear attacking it yet.
Oh,
beyond Smokey the Bear, what else is there to say? It's good against water elementals.
Yeah. Well, and there's a handful of plant creatures.
Yep, this is great against treants and blights.
Are assassin vines still a thing? Or
Probably. Shambling Mountains are a thing. It's good against
shambling
those
mounds?
too.
Yeah.
Do you want an 8th level spell slot that is nichely better against those creature types? No,
No.
but it's also an 8th level spell slot that's just like a fireball side grade. So it's sure. I keep saying side grade. It is better than it. Then you get Meteor
Yeah,
Swarm.
but-
You're like, wow, this sucks. So
Yeah, you
eh,
get Meteor Swarm like level
2
9
levels
with this
later.
level 8.
Yeah.
Fireball has so much more flexibility. You don't have to use it at 8th level.
Yeah, and if you're getting 8th level spells, like even Wizard, like Sorcerer, you get 1. So this isn't gonna be it, like ever. If you're a wizard, you're adding 2 to your book, and then you can swap out lower level ones too, so you can kind of get 3 into your book. Is this one of those 3? Wizards have great spell lists. There are a lot cooler things that I want to be doing with 8 level spells than this, I think. Maybe this finds room. I think maybe this is something that you do on like the corrupted druid villain, right? Where you've got the warden that's like, all life must end. I've embraced death. Death is going to reclaim land and nature and stuff. And they're, evil blights and all kinds of twisted dead plants running at you. That kind of druid fantasy villain archetype. I could see using this spell. I could see a lot of villains using the spell as just like a different flavor of fireball. So if your group's using fireball and you want a way to challenge them differently, you just go Horrid Wilting. Alternatively, you just like reflavor fireball to just suck the moisture out of things with necrotic damage and have it just be better on those villains. But that's not rules as written.
Fireball is
So
still getting rid of moisture. It's boiling the moisture out.
I'm saying, like, you would consider this as a DM to put on your higher tier villains to specifically not include fireball on their sheet, right? To specifically have a different line to challenge the players than the tools that they're using. That's not a great reason for this to exist.
Yeah, I wanted to like this. I like the flavor of it, but it's a tall order. It's not doing anything like even pissing off druids that fireball can't do.
Well, and we've been talking a lot about fireball, and the reason that I think that's valuable is because there are a lot of spells that do what fireball does, right? Fireball is sort of the gold standard. It's just really flexible, 3rd level slot. It goes all the way up. You're happy to upcast it. You're happy to have it at the slot you get it. You don't want to upcast it if you can help it, because the d6 bonus damage scaling isn't that great. Normally you want like a mid-tier spell a little bit higher than like a 5th level slot that also does a little bit more damage and an effect. In the case of Horrid Wilting, this competes with everything below it, right? So it competes with Cone of Cold, it competes with Ice Storm, it competes with all of the other spells and abilities that do big damage in an area. And Fireball is the gold standard. This is slightly better than the gold standard, but always costs you 8th level slot and does nothing else interesting beyond that. And that makes it really unremarkable.
Yeah, because 8th level spells, you got a limited supply. I always want interesting effects. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, if I strictly just want damage, I'll take the hit on the little bit of extra damage, and get a more interesting spell.
Have a lot more flexibility too.
Yeah,
I'm wilted thinking about this.
Yeah, horridly.
Yeah, it's a 3. It's still doing better damage than Fireball for the 8th level slot. It's gonna hit a bunch of things. It's gonna do a bunch of damage. Sure. Do you need this on your sheet? Probably not, but sure. Like, if you put it on your sheet and you expect it to do a lot of damage, it'll do a lot of damage. Okay.
Say, in a vacuum, a 3 or 4, but as it stands, like, with the situation, who's taking this? Like, and for what purpose?
I can envision there being real people that just like big splashy damage spells. The same people that put Chain Lightning on their sheet. They're the same people that, like, they're the evokers. They're the people that are playing Wizard, maybe not even necessarily for the first time, but just like, I don't want to have to think about the really complicated, convoluted spells. I don't have to dive into the books. This does a good chunk of damage. It's simple. It's easy to wrap my head around. Sweet, sure. Let's try Abi-Dalzim's Horrid Wilting. And for that character, it's going to be exactly what the Doctor ordered. It'll be another big splashy damage effect that's slightly better than the other ones you have, and something that's all you care about. So I know there's a group of players that do like this kind of thing. I'm not that kind of player. I have DM'd for them though, and I know this is a spell that I could see, like, if it's in the same wheelhouse as Chain Lightning. It's not that great, but it's big splashy damage, sure.
Yeah, but for the same reasons, like Chain Lightning is not doing anything that your other lightning stuff isn't. And certainly, all right, I'm giving this a 2. This is
sure
not impressing me. I came into this wanting to be impressed. I thought, I'm pissing off druids. That's a niche bonus. But no, it's not even.
This could poison. This could do any other number of simple conditional stuff to make it just a lot better. Just like, and by say a lot better, I mean like slightly more interesting. Like, give me a real other reason to put this on my character sheet beyond the damage. It just doesn't give you one.
Yeah. All right. You know what? If it had some kind of no, because even then, all right. I was gonna say, like, if there was like, all right, like plant growth. If it could nullify that, but yeah, rules written, I guess not. I don't know.
It says non-magical plants, right?
Oh, well, there you go. Forget it. All right, 2. All right, now I'm wilted beyond horrid. All right, thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Let us know what you think about Abi-Dalzim's Horrid Wilting. Am I wrong? Is this better than I'm giving it credit for? Let me know. Until next time, goodbye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.